After years of living my life on repeat, stuck, unmotivated, and overwhelmed, always researching how can I change my life but never taking any action, I finally asked myself a real question. What could happen if I gave my all to self-improvement for just 6 months? This channel is where I'll be documenting that answer, from weight loss and mindset work to becoming a high-value woman and building my passion in social media. For 6 months, I'm going to be sharing the raw, unfiltered truth of what it takes to reinvent yourself. Not just the end result, but the real-time journey, the struggles, wins, setbacks, and breakthroughs. Posting this and being completely vulnerable scared me, but I realized that my purpose and mission in life is way bigger than my fear. If I can inspire even just one person to take back control of their life, to believe that they can change, then this will all be worth it. So what could your life look like in 6 months from now if you went all in? Follow me and join me along this journey to find out what can really happen in 6 months. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am focusing on the first pillar, which is going to be health and self-care. I have got all my notes on my laptop, which is why I'm probably going to keep looking here, because there is a lot to talk about, a lot to go through. So yeah, I'm excited. I've actually split the video in multiple sections, so it's easier for like you guys to see which part you want to watch. And it also kind of shows what I'm going to be talking about as well. I just thought that would be easier because I would want that as well. So yeah. So for some people who may not know what I'm kind of talking about, I am starting a 6-month kind of journey on becoming the best version of myself. I'm focusing on 3 pillars that I mentioned in the previous video. The first one being health and self-care, the second one being personal growth and mindset, and the third one being social media and finances. So these 3 pillars I'll be talking in depth on different videos. So today's video is all going to be about health and self-care. The first thing I wanted to talk about is calorie deficit. Now, I worked out my kind of deficit using ChatGPT. You can use, if you just type in find my deficit or something like that, you can find your calorie deficit. Everyone has a different deficit based on age and height and your activity levels. I'm focusing on eating 1,545. That is just what I've found that works for me. Another thing I'll quickly add in there is that I did not reduce my deficit by that amount instantly. I did it very gradually. I literally started, I think it was about 2,200. I gradually reduced it. So I started by eating first 2,000, then it was 1,800, then it was 1,700, then 1,600, slowly reducing it. Because if you just instantly change from, like, let's say you're eating like 2,500 and then you go down to like 1,600, that is such a big change and such a big shift on your body, and your body just won't be used to it, and it's more than likely you'll go back to your same eating habits because it's such a massive change. I have explained that I have been using ChatGPT and My Net Diary. Those 2 together has just worked really well for me. Essentially, with My Net Diary, it gives a very accurate measure for my calories and my protein and all of that, because I scan the barcode and then it gives me the calories for that amount of food. It's just very easy to use. So I will use kind of My Net Diary to figure out how many calories I'm eating. Whereas with ChatGPT, I use it when it gets a little bit more complicated. So for example, if let's say I have like 200 calories left for dinner because I overate for lunch or breakfast, then I'll ask ChatGPT for ideas. I'll say, look, I'm vegetarian. I don't eat eggs. I don't eat fish. I don't eat meat. Like, what can I make that's under 200 calories? That's where I'll get my ideas from. ChatGPT works so well for that kind of stuff. Second thing I use it for is as my therapist. If I have binged that day, or if I feel like I just don't know, I just feel like I really want to eat more, I will literally explain that kind of that feeling, whatever I'm feeling, I'll explain it to ChatGPT and I'll write it all out. 2 things. One, it actually does help. The answer and the response it gives, if you word it properly, it really does help. Secondly, you, in that moment when you feel like you want to binge or you feel like you want to eat more, but you shift your focus onto this and you have to write it all out, like it takes time away from focusing on you wanting to binge, and you end up like focusing and your mind is focused on something else. So I find that being really, really, really helpful. The other thing I use ChatGPT for is for numbers when it gets complicated. For example, there are multiple times where when I'm at home, I cook for my whole family. And so I find it easier to track everything. Like, I will note down absolutely everything. Even like, because I'm doing it for my family, it's going to be a lot bigger portions, right? So I track everything on my net diary. I put down, if I'm using like 500 grams of like, I don't know, tofu, I'll put down 500 grams. Once I've got all the measurements, then I'll transfer that all into ChatGPT, like writing it all down, the grams and the calories. And I'll literally say, this is the portion that I ate. However, I made this for my whole family. Figure out how many calories are in my portion. That makes my life so much more easier because I don't need to like physically do maths and work it all out. ChatGPT does all for me. Also, it doesn't get confusing with my net diary because then you're confused like, oh wait, but that's my portion, but then like my family had this amount, but it just gets too confusing. If you overcomplicate it, you're not going to stick to it. So you want to make sure that it's easier, and this is the easiest way that I have found that works for me, and so I wanted to share that as well. So I'm thinking of doing a separate video on literally me tracking my calories, showing exactly like step by step how I calculate all my calories. I did want to do this for this video, and I may insert it in here. I'm not too sure because the quality isn't that great. However, I will be making a separate video like literally just on food. So yeah, that will be coming because I know a lot of people wanted to see. That's something that I struggled with as well. I wanted people to show exactly how they were tracking their food, especially because, and this is something that I wanted to add as well, my family, like, we eat a lot of Indian food, and with Indian food comes a lot of oils, ghee, like all of that stuff. And that can really bump up the calories. Like, I did not realize how many calories are in like oils, and it really, really does bump up the calories. And so because my mom usually does a lot of the cooking, I'm just not able to figure out, well, how much has she used and all of that stuff. So I will be mentioning all of that in that video where I explain how I track all my food, because obviously if my mom's doing cooking and I'm not, then how will I know how much she's using? And I don't measure absolutely everything that she does, like she cooks. So yeah, that is where it gets a bit tricky and where it gets a bit confusing, and so I wanted to make a video on that as well. And then the last kind of thing on this section I wanted to add was some mindset shifts, because mindset, and I will always say this, if you have the right mindset, you will lose the weight. And these are some things that have actually helped me, resonate with me, I've seen on TikTok and stuff like that, so I thought I'd just explain it here, and hopefully it lands with someone. So the first thing was that not all your meals have to be interesting. Not every food, every meal that you make has to be interesting. I feel like once I kind of realized that, I then just stopped trying to like make everything so extravagant, like adding loads of things. Like, it just wasn't, like, nothing is for show. It's for your body, it's for your nutrients. Some days you'll literally have the most boring meals but are so like nutritious, and that is completely okay. You don't need to make every single meal the most interesting meal. It doesn't have to be that way, and that really clicked with me. So yeah, hopefully it lands with someone. The second thing is finding your why. What is your reason for losing weight? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to lose weight? I kid you not, once you figure that out, every time you get in that kind of thing of, there's like a war in your head saying like, yeah, you need to binge this, you need to eat this, you need to eat this now. When you focus on your goals, when you focus on why you started this, why you want to do this, your mind is instantly, it's thinking like, no, like this is happening. I am losing the weight. It is going to happen. I'm getting this done, and that is it. There is no other option. And that is my mindset right now. Like, every time, and I used to get these thoughts where I'm like, oh, but like in 6 months time, I know I'm just going to look the same. I'm going to be the same. In my mind right now, if I think about that, it's like, absolutely not. No way. Like, no way. It's not happening. I don't even entertain that thought. because it's not going to happen. Because I know I'm going to put in the effort. I know I'm going to put in the hard work, and it will show. The results will show. And I have just completely eradicated the option of me failing. It's not going to happen. So you have to have that mindset shift. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. The last thing that I wanted to explain was thinking and shifting your mindset in terms of food, changing your mindset from scarcity to abundance. The food that you're craving, it will always be there. Why do you feel the need to eat it all right there and then? I've felt that way so many times where I feel like if I have like a box of cookies, I feel like I need to eat the whole pack. Like I feel like I need to eat the whole pack. Until I made this mindset shift of it's still gonna be there. It is still gonna be there. 24 hours, in like 2 days, it's still gonna be there. Why do you feel the need to eat it all now? And that kind of shifted my mindset in terms of, you know, I don't need to eat everything right now in this second. So yeah, hope that helps. Okay, moving on to the gym. So in terms of my routine for the gym, I've kept it quite simple for now. This may change, but I'm just trying to still work out what kind of works for me. So Monday is going to be legs. Tuesday, I usually have a personal training session, which he usually focuses on arms. So I'm going to keep that as an arm PT session. Wednesday is my rest day. So on Wednesdays, I'll do either Pilates or yoga or even just a walk. On Thursdays, leg day. Fridays, arms. And then Saturday, I've put legs or active cardio. So I still need to figure out which one is the right one for me. And then Sunday is just a rest day. So that's kind of how I've balanced my workout sessions. And this is all going to be like strength training, obviously cardio, and yeah, PT session on the side of it as well. I actually had my PT session today. I'll insert some videos as well. Literally the hardest session I've had in a while. He really did push us. And in terms of the gym, I'm focusing on getting this done in the morning. That just personally works for me. And that way I know that it's kind of done and I don't procrastinate it in the evening. Okay, moving on to my weekly weigh-ins. Now, I think on the first video, I did say that I would be doing this every Wednesday. However, I think I'm going to be moving it to a Sunday, only because my PT is starting to ask my weight and stuff every week. So I find that if I do it on a Sunday, I know that by Tuesday I have like an answer to him. So yeah, I'll be doing that every Sunday. My highest weight ever, the highest weight that I checked and was 88 kilograms. And this was before April. I had checked my weight and I was 88 kilograms and it was the highest I have ever been. And I recently actually checked my weight about 2 days ago. This song is a banger. Okay, dashboard, new belly management, weight, next. Okay, let's check it. Yes, what? I have lost 4 kg, which is just like, I'm so happy with it. And so yeah, I will be recording this every Sunday and updating you guys as well. So the next category is appearance and maintenance, and I've also added sleep on there as well because it is a very short section. In terms of sleep, focusing on 8 to 9 hours consistently. That's something that I struggled a lot at uni because I was sleeping really late, waking up really late. However, at home, it's a lot easier because my whole family sleeps quite early and wakes up quite early. And then with maintenance, I have put in, you know, getting my eyebrows done, doing my lashes. I actually bought this new lash serum, which is, I think it's UK Lash. So I'm going to start using that when that comes as well. So I'll be updating you guys on that as well. Getting my nails done, even doing my nails myself, taking care of my skin. So that will be coconut oil and gua sha every single day. And something that I actually started today, wait, let me show you guys, which is literally honey and this is coffee, so like coffee granules and honey mixed together, and I put it under my eyes because my eyes are very dark. So this is something I saw online, so I thought, why not give it a go? And that's what I want to be doing every single day as well. And then the last thing I want to put in that maintenance kind of list is hair oiling. My hair has been through a massive like journey. My hair is decently long, and I did actually cut it a few days ago, but it is quite long, but it is also very thin, especially from the top of my head. So I do want to focus on oiling my hair every single week. So that is that section. The next section, and something that I've really been struggling with, the digital detox. And this is basically where I literally reduce down the hours on social media, the time I spend on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and also not spending time on my phone in the first hour of the day and the last hour of the day. I have literally not done this, and this has been the hardest thing ever. And it's been a real struggle to figure out what really works for me and how I can approach it, especially because I am posting more on social media. I am looking on YouTube, and I'm posting more, and I'm doing a lot more social media stuff. It's becoming a lot more harder because I'm now scrolling even more. So it's finding that balance, and I'm still working on that. So I will be updating on this as well, but this has been such a struggle. Like, it's not going smoothly at all. So yeah, that is something that I'm really going to focus on in the next week or so, to figure out how is this going to work for me. So I am now gonna go on to what I look like right now and doing a clothes try on, so you guys can see what I look like in different kind of clothes. And then kind of seeing the progress. Honestly, if I'm being really honest, this is something that I really did not want to do. Because it's just so, like, it is so out there. I'm gonna insert them all in here and kind of show you what I look like in different clothing, and then yeah, that will also kind of give you and myself an insight as to how and what my progress is looking like in the next few weeks, months, and whatnot. So the next part of this video, and this is something that I asked a few people, and I said, look, like, if you're on a weight loss journey, what would you want to see from someone who is also on a weight loss journey, who is actually documenting everything? And so a lot of people said that they want to see the struggles, they want to see like the insight into what I was feeling in terms of mindset, how did I get over binges and things like that. And recently I've actually been doing very well in terms of I've not had those kind of thoughts and stuff like that. However, I used to struggle with this so much in the last year, 2 years. And so I remember this time last year in July, before I went to San Diego, I was struggling so bad with how I looked, with my weight, with a lot of things. And I actually have videos to them. So I found all of these videos. I'm going to insert them all now, and you guys can kind of see the real, like, what I was really feeling. And honestly, when I was watching back on these videos, like today, it, like, my heart was breaking. Like, I was like, oh my God, how could I even speak about myself like that? So yeah, I'm going to insert them all in here. And I want to let people know that this is not a perfect journey. This weight loss journey has not been perfect in the slightest. I have, like, it's been years and years of real, like, failures to get to where I am right now in terms of mindset. I'm not even at the weight that I want to be. I'm not in the body shape that I want to be, but in my mind, like, my mindset has changed and shifted so much because of what I've experienced in the last couple years. I thought that may be helpful for people to see it as well.
I want to talk about something which has been on my mind for God knows how long. Basically, I'm 19 years old. I've never been in a relationship before, and the main reason of it is because of my body and how I look, and I've always kind of rejected subconsciously the idea of someone actually being in love with me and who I am. And I know I have, like, a great personality. I know someone would be in love with my personality, but not my body. And, like, even with the personality, sometimes I think, like, maybe am I not good enough and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, I've like never been in a relationship. I've always wanted to experience that kind of love and like be in love and have someone like love me. You know what I mean? I know what to do, guys. I know what to do. I know what to do. I just need to do it. I never agree doing it if it's not for marriage, and it won't be for a good hot minute. She actually makes me laugh. Therefore, I will never remove it. Hold on, let me sort her out. I'm gonna be real on here because I feel like I need to, but lately I've been eating like, bad, like it's bad. Like my energy's decreased, like everything. And it's like stuff that I wouldn't normally eat, so I don't know what's going on. But I need to stop, and I think Apple Pay is the reason why I keep eating. So I'm gonna stop sugar tomorrow. As in like stop processed foods completely and just focus on whole foods, vegetables, fruits, nuts, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut out, bro. I can't. I'm gonna do that till when's off? 12th May. Hey guys, so I set myself a goal for today till February, and I'm just gonna stick with it. So the main things that I'm gonna focus on is drinking like water. Like I've literally said, like, you're thirsty, drink water. Like any opportunity you get, drink water. So my goal is like 3 bottles a day. Yeah, so I hope that video was helpful. I hope that kind of showed you an insight as to what my life actually looked like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, when I was literally the same weight but different mindset. And this journey has not been linear at all. It's been so hard, and I've struggled so much, and I'm so happy that I've documented all of this so you guys can see everything that I was feeling. My mindset from what it was back then to what it is now has taken a lot of work, and yeah, I just thought that would be really helpful for people to see as well, that it's been years. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and next week's video will be a deep dive into personal growth and mindset and everything I'm doing for that. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and yeah, bye.